Hi, world! I'm Gillian, and today I get to wear my crown because I've decided that I won the prop bet. I'm the winner. I've won 2 bracelets, and those are my players that have won 2 bracelets. And then my little friend over there, that's Maureen. She's in Switzerland wearing the chicken hat because I just won another bracelet today.
And now I'm just thinking, if I had won the prop bet, I don't think I have a tiara just laying around my house. First thing on my shopping list, have a spare tiara just laying around, because you never know.
You never know when you're going to be champion. Z-Frame's question, is there going to be a costume change? Well, this isn't the official winning. This is the second winning stream.
Yeah.
But we've already booked Kristen to be on the actual, like, chicken suit stream. So you guys get to witness Maureen in multiple chicken outfits on multiple weeks. Okay, let's look at our picks. As mentioned before, my picks were Fedor Holz, who won his second World Series of Bracelet today, Mike Leah, who was like final tabled the night before, Chrissy Bicknell, who we said already banked one, and Chance Corneth, who was a runner-up in one of them. Let's go through Maureen's picks.
I picked Pete Chen, and he was also, I thought good because he was running hot. Then we had Monster Dad, and I didn't see him at all during WSOP. So again, I'm not even sure if he played. Then Jakob Montoya, he's a poker pro from Mexico, very young, very upcoming. He is a crusher, and he also made the final table in one of the first events, like event number 2 on GG Poker, the charity event. Jacob, what happened? Now look at me. Look what I turned into. But yeah, you know how tournament poker is, so I get it. And then Jason Kuhn, did he even play is my next question.
We'll see if this plays, but this was the Instagram video that Holtz posted last night of his win.
Hold.
Hold.
Come on. Black or red? Yeah!
So he flopped a set of 5s. Nice, got it all in against 10s. This was the 25K heads up online bracelet event. He was heads up against Bruno Botanian, who's Brazilian, and he's another player that I think would be a pretty good pick because he had 2 runner-up finishes in the World Series this year. Mm-hmm. So this is how Fedor Holz got to where he was heads up. The end of his bracket was actually a pretty legendary match because he played heads up against Justin Bonomo, and he was heads up against Justin Bonomo in 2018 in the $1 million big 1-for-1 drop, and Justin Bonomo had beat him in that, taking home the victory. But so this is kind of like an epic showdown that these two faced off online this time, and Fedor Holz beat him. And then, as we mentioned, played Bruno heads up for the final victory. So last year there was 8,569 entrants for the World Series of Poker main event, live players, and this year there was 5,802.
I thought, to be honest, maybe we would have went almost double the guarantee. So in that sense, I'm a little bit surprised. And especially when it was first announced that people could have up to 3 re-entries, I also thought that would drive the numbers a little bit up. When I finally saw the payouts and then looked at the overall payouts of the live WSOP winners, I'm like, oh, wow, he only won 3.9 million compared to some other winners. There's like a $4 to $5 million difference to a live winner. But winning 3.9 million in a poker tournament's still really awesome. I'll take it, And then this is where it gets pretty interesting. So basically at this point, they were about 180 big blinds deep. And it actually went by pretty quickly. So Wenling Gao wakes up with aces. So she wakes up with aces on the button. She raises, right, as anyone would do. Stoyan defended his big blind and smooth called. So the flop came 3-4-5, and he's holding 6-7. So basically, he
Flops
flops
the
the
absolute
nuts.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. So he leads out for 1.7 million, and Gao put in a raise to 3.94 million. Stoyan decides to call. On the turn, it brought the 8 of heart. So Stoyan checks the Wenling Gao, and she bets 5.64 million. He raises to 15 million. She shoves all in. He snaps it off, and GG Wenling Gao. For this exact hand, she only had 115 big blinds to start off the hand, but still a lot of big blinds, and they basically ripped it in, got it in, and it's over.
I mean, I think he played it very well, though.
On the whole stream, you know, the commentators on the Poker Go stream, they were complimenting Stoyan's play the whole night, saying, you know, he played very tricky, he bluffed a lot, he was quite aggressive. And then when they critiqued Wenling Gao's play, they were more like, oh, she got premium cards and they held up. So
but not on this one.
The question
they didn't hold up this time.
Stoyan won, and he won the $3.916 million prize and the golden bracelet.
Okay, so the significant thing here is Wenling was female. This is a big deal because there hasn't been a female at the final table for a very long time.
So on the WSOP website, not all the stats have been updated yet, but you can see here, this is from the WSOP website, Women in the WSOP. So with Wenling Gao getting second place in this year's WSOP main event, she scored 2.7 million. So she will surpass Vanessa Sept and overtake the first slot.
Wow. All-time money earner.
Wenling Gao is the second woman ever to make a final table of the World Series Poker. The only other woman to do that is Barbara Enright. Yeah, so going from 1995 to 2020 without having a woman at the final table.
So 2020 females.
So the current count of females who won bracelets in the 2020 online series is 4. So the first one happened on WSOP.com. So event 31, the $1,000 No Limit Hold'em Championship. Maureen Two Rivers Tamara, she won the bracelet. So then the second one in the whole series is event 44, the $2,500 No Limit Hold'em 6-handed on GG Poker, which Chrissy B took down. And then we have our third female winner of the series, event 74, the $1,500 pot limit Omaha, and that was won by T. Trung. And then also yesterday, as Wenling Gao was getting heads up in the WSOP main event, another tournament was running at the exact same time on GG Poker. This was event number 82, the $1,050 Beat the Pros, and that was won by Malika Redzavi. And then something funny over on Twitter. Basically, Kevin Martin, the famous Canadian poker player and streamer, former Big Brother winner, he decided to sell action on the GG client. So he wrote, the man, the myth, the Kmart special, 0 WSOP final tables, and absolutely never have come even close as his tagline of why you should stake him. Andrew Neme writes in the GG client, trying to sell 25% of his action, even worse than Kevin Martin. So I just thought that was hysterical.
Okay, so we have some news about World Series of Poker and World Series of Poker Circuit.
So during the WSOP Circuit year, when you played live, if you win the main event or win the Circuit Stop leaderboard, you're eligible for a free ticket to play in this WSOP Circuit Global Casino Championship. So with COVID, this event was supposed to take place at Harris Cherokee, but actually now it's moved online and will take place on September 13th. I believe you can also buy in for $10,000. So Star Support wrote to all the Chinese customers, thank you for your email. Please be informed that as of 1st of September, we'll be exiting China, Taiwan, and Macau. That it had to do with Flutter's influence and compliance issues as part of the reason. The cost of complying to Flutter was one of the drivers shutting down PokerStars.
That's what I read too. So Party Poker actually pulled back a year ago, but PokerStars stayed in a gray area.
When I was living in Hong Kong and players were telling me I'm playing from China, that was my first question. I'm like, how? I thought it was illegal there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started to explain to me, but I didn't have the information available to play in China as well.
Yeah, what you'll have to look into is that Flutter, because yeah, like you said, like they're a parent company of PokerStars, and they didn't want PokerStars not complying to the rules, whereas this Six Up uses the PokerStars network but isn't directly owned by Flutter. So apparently Six Up, you can still play and access the PokerStars network while in China. Mike Sexton was the voice of the World Poker Tour. He was a Poker Hall of Famer, one of the most beloved ambassadors of all time. And unfortunately, Linda Johnson, the First Lady of Poker, tweeted out right before we came on the air that Mike Sexton passed away peacefully at home earlier today, surrounded by family members. As a poker player, he's accomplished everything I think anyone wants to accomplish. He has a World Series of Poker bracelet. He had a WPT title. He was a known commentator. But on the other side of it, I think all poker players also want to have another source of income outside of poker in terms of the business. And Mike was one of the founding members of Party Poker. So he's just been an incredible presence in the poker world. And
yes, and on Friday night, Mike Mattisau had the tribute stream on his channel for over 4 hours. It was, for me, a very moving 4 hours with Mike the Mouth.
And it was terrible news that we got, but he has accomplished a lot in his poker career, and we have to be very thankful that we had him in our world. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and enjoyed seeing Maureen in her punishment chicken hat.
Yeah, I'll put it on to say goodbye.
Okay. I'll kind of put my tiara on, but... Good night. Talk to you guys all later. Bye.
Twitch chat made me do it!